Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you some triples my 5v5 team got in a PIT playoffs war against Fusion the other day. Fusion are a very good team, and obviously playoffs, it's do or die. So pressure's on the line. Now, normally I like doing these videos with like a planning little session from the start or like cuts from stream, but because this war is at 2 a.m., there's no recording or anything. I was just laying in my bed doing my hits, and then I went straight back to sleep because honestly, who wants to war at 2 a.m? I certainly didn't. My stupid teammates hung me out to dry. Anyways, with the attacks today, I'm going to kind of break them down in a bit more detail than you often see me during the live attacks on stream. Just give you an understanding of what planning we did on the base and why we executed the plans the way we did. Just to give you guys a little bit of insight there, because we had some really good plans for this war, and I'd love to try and transfer that knowledge onto you guys. Anyways, let's get straight into the bases, and I hope you enjoy the video. So this is the first base here. This one was a little awkward. You couldn't really figure out what to do. A few plans involved like sapping this top single compartment and then like super witches into the town hall, but we're always going to struggle with funneling on this side. Plus this entire compartment here is really frustrating because it's an enormous compartment, and if you're doing like that super witch attack, you can't expect like your king and siege barracks on this side to clear all of that because that's just way too much. There's a scattershot hero single bomb tower in there. It's actually a lot. But because of this dead zone here, you can't really get into the core of the base and reach all that. So it makes it kind of funky for pathing, not only just for these style attacks, but also for Lalo's as well, right? Imagine trying to path anything into the core. So we spent a while trying to figure it out, but the biggest weakness we saw in this base was you've got one scatter here, and you've got one scatter here, and if you land the blizzard here, you can reach both of them, but not on top of that, you can also reach this multi-inferno, which is insane value from a blizzard. Now, we were really worried this was baited with like a tornado right here, which is honestly the play that you should do because it's kind of easy to bait some blizzard Lalos. So what you're going to see Serg do, and we'll start the replay here, what you're going to see Serg do is when he sends his hound to, I believe he sends a hound. I don't know why he only brought 2 hounds then if he's using one for this. Pretty sure he does. Yeah, look how far to the left he sends it. And he's doing this so he covers as much of this dangerous area right here where traps could be. He pulls an air bomb there, and thankfully, look at this. There is only one SAM, but the SAM's too late, and we get it into the core here. Now, you're probably wondering, why did he take so long to Invisi? I believe he only brought 3 Super Wiz, and he brought like a bunch of trash, but I could be wrong. We'll get a better look in a second here. But look at that. He's already got 2 expos down. 2 scatters down, sorry. I think I'm right. I think he only brought 3 super wizards by the look of that. And a lot more trash. That's just to stop, you know, the effect of giant bombs have. But look at the value he's gotten. He's also going to do a lot of damage to this enemy RC. Not going to quite take her out, but get pretty close to doing so. Lures the CC as well. Unfortunately, it's a really bad CC for an RC to deal with. In fact, it's probably the worst CC an RC could possibly deal with. And he's forced to pop a freeze there. Look at her. She shoots so ridiculously slowly when the headhunters do their work. But she makes it through. And look at it. The poison was perfect. It works on the witch as well. That's the toughest thing with that CC. Getting the poison and the freeze right to get the headhunters and the witch. But as you can see here, he's cleared so much of the base. Like, there is so much of this base gone already. There is no CC to deal with. There is no scatters to deal with. There is 2 air heroes, but one of them is severely weakened. And there is no multis to deal with. And this sweeper actually covers none of the defenses that are left on the base. So there's no sweeper as well. Honestly, the most value you can get. Now, he was actually trying to Sui in for the town hall. You can see the wall broke at the top there. But his king and queen did not want to oblige. But he's so close to 50% already that the town hall's going to activate perfectly here. And we're just going to 2 times this because, I mean, you guys can see this pathing he's left himself. This is absolutely a triple at this point. You'd have to do a pretty bogus Lalo for this not to still work. But that's often the case with Blizzard Lalo. The triple doesn't really come from... Honestly, it comes from a lot of Lalos, to be honest. A lot of the time, apart from maybe Sui Lalo, the triple isn't earned from the Lalo. It's what you do to set up the Lalo for success. And in this case, Serg did an amazing job of setting up this Lalo for success. It was basically impossible for him to fail it, except on time. Time did get a little close, but regardless, nice hit there from Serg and nice plan. Okay, so we're on to the second base here. You're going to notice again another Blizzard Lalo. Now, this was probably the toughest base for us to plan on, though. And the main sort of plans we had on this was, if you have a look at this, you've got Wizard Tower, Eagle, Wizard Tower, Scatter, and a multi on the top side of the base. And kind of this Scatter, but not really. You've got all of that splash or damage, or just, you know, splash damage defenses on the top of the base there. And SLS had a nice plan, actually, which was going to be to RC trick and get all of this, right? Set a funnel this side. Actually, let's get rid of all the crosses. He was essentially going to RC trick all of that, then run the king and queen to get basically as much of that as you can. Probably gets the enemy RC as well. And then just drag straight in between here. And you get so much of the splash on the base. And you really only leave this, and then 2 air bows. But you'll be freezing them with the Wizard Towers anyway. And maybe this. That what we didn't know about. But worst case scenario, you just bat bomb it, right? But the main problem we saw with this is the baitability of it. As you can see, this looks this looks too good for drags in terms of it. And I was pretty convinced that the Tornado is right here or right here. And if the Tornado's traps there, and there's 2 Sams as well, the Blimp probably doesn't make it to the Town Hall. And if the Blimp doesn't make it to the Town Hall in this one, it's a 1-star. So we were really worried about that. And we actually struggled for the longest time. We actually pondered about sending the Blimp from this angle, just because it's way less likely to run into the Tornado from there. But we decided not to do the drag bot in the end. But as you're going to see from Elliot, he does a similar Blimp as the one I just drew out on the screen there for you. He's going to do a same Blimp from this angle here, but he's not blimping the Town Hall. He's going to Blizzard it. As you can see, he's got the 4 invisibility spells on the bottom there. And let's have a look at how strong this Blimp goes. Because as you can see, this Town Hall's only 1 tile behind the wall. We didn't recognize that early enough, but once Elliot was able to, it just opens so much value here. Because look at it. He's going to get the Town Hall down, but even better, he is chaining that core scatter shot, which is insane. He's got a lot of high hit point buildings to chain his Super Wizards off as well. Unfortunately, he misses that invisibility, but he deals with the Hound. Like, that's awesome. I hate dealing with a Hound, Super Minion, Headhunter CC with my heroes. I'd much rather the Blizzard deal with it. And the Blizzard dealt with it there and some. Look at this first wall break, by the way. How does it target that wall? Thankfully, actually the second one targeted that wall as well. But thankfully, because it gets taken down in time, it then dies on one of those corner walls. But still, insane stuff there. I have no idea what those wall breakers are doing. But I guess that's why you build these style of bases. It just makes it impossible to wall break anywhere. Pops the Queen, perfectly done there. Doesn't let the Inferno warm up too much and saves some of the Queen health. And as you can see, he's just going to Lalo from the top side now. And look at the pathing through the base. The pathing's pretty good aside from this core scatter. But the one thing about this core scatter is look at its health. It is so weak because of that Blizzard for the Town Hall. That Blizzard for the Town Hall made this attack work. And look where he sent his RC. His RC is right in the gut of the base. Right in the gut. And her job was to take out that scatter shot. And she will absolutely do that. In fact, he saves his RC ability here. I thought he was going to pop it. But because the scatter shot's on such low health, he could just save it. Because the RC was only going to waste 1 shot and it wasn't going to take too much time. Headhunters help take out the enemy queen and then they go after the defending king, which is nice. He's still got his RC ability, still got a freeze, still got a haste, still got so many balloons up. We're going to skip through this. This was just a really nice plan. These bases are really tough though. These sort of, I don't know what to call them. Like, I don't really want to call them diamond because there's lots of diamond bases. But these bases with these really deep town halls on the bottom with like a core scatter shot that's unreachable from everywhere are really annoying. And Elliot, honestly, showing us a way to take out these style of bases there. Nice job, my friend. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm coming in with a really weird army. But before we talk about that, let's break down the base and why I may have come in with this. So the first thing I look at every time I look at a base is the sweepers, honestly, because sweepers affect queen charges, they affect the smash angle you come in, and they affect drags, and they affect Lalo. So literally the sweepers are often the first thing I will look at on a base. And then after that, you start looking like scatter shots, where you can get like multiple of them from angles, different ways you can get them. And then like, if you decide that you like an angle for drags, then you start looking at wizard towers. And the first thing I saw on this was drag bat, was the sort of thing you use like one hero up here, the other hero down here, and drag straight in the middle. Because as you can see, you might deal with that sweeper for a fraction of a second, but not for too long, honestly. And then there's a chance for you to get both scatter shots. But the problem with that is this top scatter shot was actually going to be kind of hard to get to, because the drags would probably path to the town hall and then go right through the base here. And then the one downside of drags is they don't do a really good job of dealing with enemy heroes. They kind of get wrecked by it, whereas you find that ground troops, as long as they can reach the heroes, as long as they've got healers as well, can do often a better job. So I initially was calling Dragbot on this one. I really liked it. But that Eagle up as well. Now, the Eagle can do things to drags, because, yet again, no healers. But can the Eagle do things to ground units if they've got the healers on them? Not really. So then we started to shape this plan from a drag bat into a ground attack, even though there's 4 ground bows on this. Look at it. There's 4 ground bows and 3 singles. It's as unsmashable with P.E.K.K.A.s or Super Witches as possible. But when you can get that much splash, it's kind of insane. So then we started a formulate a plan from this. So the plan then became, I was going to Warden Walk all of this. And I wanted to Warden Walk particularly this Elixir Storage, because as soon as that's down, I can get a wall break on this air defense here. If I could have Warden Walked this side as well, but A, that would have taken longer, and B, I would have had to wall break awkwardly, because I can't wall break with this Elixir Storage still up. So I'd kind of have to like funnel it out as I'm deploying my troops. It's just much easier to Warden Walk this side over here at 9 o'clock. You just need to make sure that this ground bow doesn't lock onto your Warden, because then you're in a lot of trouble. And then the plan would be to use the King on this side. Now, I thought about using the Siege Barracks down here as well, but with these bat attacks, like the Hogs coming out, maybe they get this Wiz Tower, but honestly, it's not of a lot of value. So I actually did something different here, and we're going to see it mid-attack. I'm going to, let's get into the attack here. But as you can see, I've got the blimp, and as I was going live, my teammates were like, are you going with the blimp? And I'm like, yes. They didn't actually know the complexities of the plan here, but let's see how it goes anyway. As you can see, by the way, look at the time. This is a Super Witch attack, and it was 2 minutes, 18 seconds. So the Warden Walk, yet again, just going for the... I was originally literally just going to go for the Elixir Storage, but I'm actually able to snipe the Archer Tower here out of range of the ground bow. I didn't think it would be possible, so we continue with that. Look at that. King goes straight into a Tesla farm. I'm so grateful I didn't Warden Walk that bottom side. That would have cost me potentially a rage that I frankly did not want to do. Look at that. Super Wall Breaker works perfectly. That Super Wall Breaker could not have worked any better after the Warden went down. And look, we're sending four Super Witches, a Giant to tank at the start just to stop everything going after the Super Witches, and then a Yeti on the top side just to make sure these Super Witches stay inside the base. Unfortunately, the King missed these 2 storages, but it ultimately won't matter too much now. There's the first rage, and look at this Super Wall Breaker. That's why I like this angle for ground a lot as well. Look at this. First Super Wall Breaker, bam. Second Super Wall Breaker, and now if you have a look at it, the entire base is open. My Super Witches can do whatever they want at this point. They can reach absolutely everything they need to. We are on the path to success. But yet again, as I said with the Drags, and it'll be the same with the Super Witches here, because I've opened this junction, it's very unlikely I'm going to get this Scatter and that Wizard Tower there. So what's my plan for that? We should see that coming in any second. Warden goes off to negate the Town Hall, Eagle, and CC. And we are looking so strong right now. All the Super Witches are up. And look at that. The blimp comes in on the top. We're going to land it in between the single and the Wizard Tower. And look at the value that's going to get paired with the RC. I've never done this before. Used a blimp paired with an RC on like the back end of a ground bat attack. But look what they get. They get that entire compartment. And, I mean, this is just wrecked. We even get that bottom Wizard Tower with our Super Witches. There's nothing to freeze. I have 3 freezers. And I flat out don't need any of them. I use 1 on the Eagle and on the King to try and keep my RC alive. But like, at this point, there's no need. Look at that. We've got 2 bats left. Remember, we tripled this in 2 minutes 18. So I've got over a minute left at this point. How many Super Witches are up? Can you guys count? I think there's at least 3 I'm counting. There might be 4. Who knows? No, maybe that's only 2. Oh well, that's still 80 space. and there's a million bats up. So honestly, I'm going to be trying this style of attack more. The Yeti Bobat or the Pekka Bobat's often the one you can see. But if you can do it with the Super Witches, they are unbelievably tanky, and they absolutely destroyed the base there. So something a bit unique for you all today. Now, even despite me getting a triple, this was my favorite attack of the war. I actually came up with the plan, although Fresh didn't hear it. So we both came up with the plan, but just didn't realize that that's how strong this particular trick is for this army. So what's he going to be coming in with? As you can see, this core of the base is kind of awkward. It would be really awkward to get a Sui in there, be really awkward to get a lot of things, and with 2 multis, it's kind of anti-Lalo. But if you guys watch a lot of SSG Wars, they figure out ways to, I don't know, potentially get your RC into the core of these bases. And if you can get the RC in, she does so much damage, can gut the core, and it make it really easy to Lalo. So that's what me and Fresh saw here. And then with the Town Hall this exposed, right on the outside of the base, and the CC range, as you can see here, is nowhere near it. It's really easy to Sui for this Town Hall as well, and the Town Hall's huge value. The Town Hall is huge value. You need your Warden on the Town Hall, or a Blimp, or a Siege Machine on it if you Lalo into it, so why not just Sui for it when it's there? And then on top of that, the Eagle is on the same side of the base, and he's got 3 heroes. Can Fresh possibly get all of these targets with 1 Sui? Let's see if it can happen. As you can see, starts the King on the top side. Nice start from there. And as soon as the King gets the next building, yep, Ice Golem and Queen. And as you can see, you can kind of, well, you should be able to kind of see where he's forcing his King, and then where he's forcing his Queen as well. King's not going to take too much damage there from the multi. It's honestly not going to do much. Super Wall Breaker comes in from the top. Nicely done, and it's opened up the Eagle. 1 Ice Golem's already frozen for the Queen, and the other isn't doing a lot of tanking, honestly. But look at this. The King not only goes for the Eagle, but he goes for the enemy Queen now, and then we were worried he wasn't going to get the Eagle, but look at that. He just gets the Eagle in time, and then he uses Triple Quake. The Queen's gone in the Town Hall. Too much is happening at the same time, but he Triple Quakes to get both the multis and the Expo in it, and pops the RC ability, and look at that. Look at that. He gets not only 2 multis, he also gets, almost more importantly, this Sweeper. This Sweeper would have been facing his Lalo. Is it facing his Lalo anymore? No. And look at the base. Yes, he's only at 29%, but he's got an air hero. So he got the Queen and the Eagle with his King, plus a few Teslas, and kind of dealt with the CC. His RC got 2 multis and a Sweeper, and his Queen got the Town Hall. Like, are you kidding me? This is insane. This is one of the best Suis I have ever seen. Now, he still has to Lalo 2 scatter shots. Don't get me wrong. This Lalo is still mess-upable. That's not a word, but we're making it a word now. Like, it's not like it's a gimme sort of thing. But for someone of Fresh's talent, he's always going to be able to pull this off. Nice Ice Hound first. Look at that. Freezes the enemy RC. Perfectly done there. And he's still got so many spells left. Look at it. He's still got 3, 4, 5, 6 spells. Hasn't used his Warden. Freezes the Scatter again. The only reason he uses his Warden here is so that the Headhunters take out the defensive RC. That's the only reason he uses his Warden. Like, it is insanity what he was able to do here. Look at how many troops are still up. Look at them all. There is so many of them. This was just a genuinely sick attack, and it shows the power of these Sui Lalo style attacks. They're just unstoppable. Completely and utterly unstoppable. Like, tell me what Hama Aham could have done there to stop that, because there's nothing. There's nothing. Unfortunately, cleanup does take forever here. Look at it. I love this swag. This is my new favorite swag spell in the game. We'll see it any second now. Invisibling the last thing, and then sending all your troops over it. That poor Ice Golem just got straight up ignored. GG's to Fresh Air there. That was just one of the better Sui or Zap Lalo attack, or Quake Lalo attacks you'll ever see. Now let's jump out. That's all the triples, and as you can see, we came out the 14 to 11 victors. Probably wondering who didn't triple. It was SLS, but the only reason he didn't triple was because a red bomb hit his bats. His drag bat plan was sick. I wish I could show it, but unfortunately he wasn't able to get the triple. Kind of out of his control, though, if a red bomb hits his bats as they're getting like their 4th building. Otherwise, it was crushed. He had 8 bat spells. So when I tell you it was crushed if he didn't hit a red bomb, I mean it. 8 bat spells is so many. Anyways, we're kind of heating up at this point. This is we now have 3 scores of 14 in a row. So let's see how far we can go in playoffs. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video and like the sort of light breakdown I did of these attacks. Let me know if there's some attack strategies maybe you'd want a heavier breakdown of that I could potentially turn into like a guide. Because I haven't really done a lot of guides on the channel. I'm kind of saving them for Town Hall 14 to be honest. But if you want some now, I can definitely do them for you all. Because I've got so much access to good content. And let me know if these style of videos interest you as well. Because obviously I'd prefer to have the planning ones up there. But if I can't do that, then this is the next best I can do. And I hope this still interests you all because some of these attacks were genuinely amazing. Also, most importantly, let me know down in the comments below if the camera's better for this one. I turned off the lights in the room and opened a window. I know, right? The real world exists. And opened a window. Let me know if the lighting's better and all that good stuff. Anyways, love you all. Have a nice day. And hopefully, I see some of you soon.